The intensity builds. Can you feel it? The energy, the vision, the questioning. Where do we go from here? We go to our final speaker, in fact, Professor Jeremy Wolfe. Professor Wolfe is a senior lecturer in the Department of Brain and Cognitive Sciences at MIT, where he teaches psychology in concourse. He is also head of the Visual Attention Laboratory at the Brigham and Women's Hospital. Now, Professor Wolfe sent me reams of his history, pages, tomes involving an obscure river, sushi, gefilte fish, coconuts, gold, a raft crossing the Pacific, whatever. I simply pulled out the facts. Professor Wolfe was born in London, where the Hamentashen is sold on every street corner, largely thanks to the efforts of his family. He received the PhD from MIT in 1981, an influential thesis entitled On Binocular Vision of the Hamentashen, and joined the faculty sometime after. He was recipient of the prestigious Baker Award for undergraduate cooking, largely due to his edible rendition of the popular course 900, The Psychology of Being Triangular in a Round World. His most recent publication in Perception and Psychophysics includes the highly readable work, Kinesa-type subjective contours do not guide attentional deployment in visual search for Hamentashen, but line determination. No, line terminate doesn't matter, but line termination contours do. Highly readable, Professor Wolfe.
My fellow Americans, in spite of what you've heard tonight, these are serious times. This is no time for partisan politics, as usual, whatever Keith may say. The daily headlines tell us of a serious world. Our president is concerned and is acting. We are not immune here at MIT. We of the Hamentashen Party have worked hard to reach across the aisle, to reach out to those of the other party. We have tried. It's not clear what we've gotten for our labors. Are we bitter? Are we vindictive? Are we going to keep 3091 from getting the stimulus support that it needs? Of course not. The Latke is nothing if not shovel ready. But these are serious times, and in serious times we need to take the words that we say seriously. Whatever my distinguished colleague may have said about the origin of language, in fact, the Hamentashen and the Latke are really folk cultural names drawn from Yiddish. What it is important to know at this point in our history, we need to reclaim the sacred names of our sacred foods and to understand where they come from. And it doesn't matter who gets priority, if it's the Latke or the Hamentashen. For the good of this nation, we need to understand where we come from. And we need to admit that the Latke was there first. Reshit bara Elohim, when God was creating the heaven and the earth. The earth, what was there before the creation, is described as tohu vavohu, unformed and void. And when our people were seeking an emblem of the void, of the unformed, what did they come up with? The original name for the latke is tohu. When we want to understand waste and uncreated nature, that is what we eat. We can see this. Keith was right to a certain point. You can see these things cross-culturally. You can see this in the language. For example, much later in our sacred history, when the Kabbalists of Spain were trying to understand the Godhead and describe the divine in terms of 10 attributes, 10 sphirot, that describe all that is holy in the world. And when they wanted a food that would symbolize that, what did they come up with? They came up with lechem da'at, the bread of knowledge. You can see it here. I'll diagram it more clearly for you. When you take understanding, the divine aspect of understanding, of wisdom, and of beauty, and you combine them, that's when you get something that you can symbolize in the food that is colloquially known as the Hamentashen. These are hard choices for hard times. Who am I to tell you what it is that you should choose between? On the same side with my good colleague, Professor Sadoway, a couple of years ago, and it grieves me to see Senator Sadoway on the other side of the aisle this morning. I would never want to cast aspersions on why he might have switched sides. And I would say to my esteemed colleagues on the Latke side, it is important at this point that we take our science seriously. We have an administration now, thank goodness, that will take science seriously. It will not hide from the We won't hide from inconvenient truths, even when they might seem to favor the Latke. So, even if the science doesn't match our ideology, we in this administration will be there to support the science. We know that rats will prefer to work for a Latke than for a Hamentashen. We also know that rats will not work for. So my fellow Americans, it comes down to your choice tonight. It's up to you. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you so much, Professor Wolfe. Thank you so much, all of you, for such exposition, such learned truth, or not, that we've heard tonight. So many ideas that can put our institute, our country, our planet on the right track. But there is clearly a chasm. There are the Hamentashs and there are the Latkes, and we need to try to bridge that chasm so we can work together to a truth, an understanding, and some good ideas. So what we are going to do now, I believe, is to take a short break while one member of each team regroups to rebut the other team's arguments in a culmination of this great debate in, say, 5 minutes? Give or take. Okay, ish. 5 minutes, ish.